Blue is the champion of Kanto, but how fast can he lose the game? Well, I better get rolling. Smell you later. Hey everybody, today we have a little bit of a different video. We're going to be playing as Blue himself. I changed the sprites and his team to have his champion team, and we're going to see how quickly we can actually black out. So I know that Blue picks on Red a lot and calls him a loser. Well, today we're gonna make Blue the ultimate loser. Timer is going. All right, so now we are off. I am playing as Blue as the champion team, and our rival will be Red. So I can actually go fight him right now to start using up some of our moves. Our big advantage is that we will be able to struggle, but I did disable all of the encounters in these early routes because I feel like grinding on just wild Pokemon just to waste PP feels a little cheap. There's Red right now. Let's get into the battle. So I moved Executor up first because it has a pretty bad learn set. Specifically, it has Hypnosis as its first move here. And we can actually just spam that out against Red here. Because at least we can use up all its PP. We don't want to be putting Pokemon to sleep. We want to be taking damage as much as possible, really. Because we want to black out, so we don't actually want to be drawing out these battles. We just want to get it done as quickly as possible. So here we're going to run out of Hypnosis. We had our accuracy dropped as well, which is pretty good. If we can actually get a couple of misses with Barrage, that's actually going to be good because Barrage is a multi-turn move. So the more misses or like single hits we can get with it instead of multi-hits, it's going to speed that up as well. We are on ×3 speed, so I am going a little slower than I would for a speed run, but I think it's going to be nice to be able to see the actual dialogue a little bit better and see the actual gameplay a little bit cleaner than ×4 speed. All right, so we have Blue or Red, I guess, out of the way today. So we're going to go ahead and go right into our next battle. We have Executor up first still. I think I'll just keep him up front all the way through Brock and just use up as many of the barrage uses as we can on the bugs. They should be one hit, so it should be pretty quick. All right, there we go. That guy's down. The more battles that we do, the less, I guess the more PP we use, the less we'll have. So the more likely we are to get to struggle more quickly. However, we're taking too much time in battles where we're not taking damage. It's just going to hurt our final time here. So we're just going to get moving toward Brock. As I said, no wild encounters. There are still obviously a lot of required battles. We're going to be sticking to mostly required battles today, at least until we get to Misty. Misty is going to be very useful for this challenge, so I'm really hoping we can get there in decent time. We are hustling. Obviously, no Pokemon Centers today. We don't want to heal up. We want to get knocked out. I'm going to skip this guy. We're going to go straight to Brock. I think that I will take multiple turns to knock those guys out with Barrage. It's just going to be quicker to go here and go for Stomp. That way we can just knock out his Pokemon. I think it might even one-hit Onix. It does. Level 63 Executor is nuts. All right, so we can now move on to Route 3. Route 3 is going to see a couple of required battles again. We'll just keep Executor up front. It's almost out of PP, meaning that it's going to start struggling soon, and we can actually get this knocked out. All right, here we go. We're going to go for Barrage again against the bugs once again, just so we only have one hit from each of the uses of it. Perfect, there we go. Can actually get through his entire team with 3 uses of Barrage. We only have 1 left now, which is perfect because this guy starts with a Rattata, which will use our last Barrage, and we only have Stomp left on Executor now. It's kind of wild how far we can make it. No heals, no restoring PP, nothing to actually make this run go smoother or better. Executor is just brute forcing its way through the game. In fact, we wanted to kind of stop doing that. But luckily, we have only 16 uses of Stomp, and then we can start to struggle. At that point, we're going to be at a much better place, which normally would be a bad place. Struggle is not what you want to be using in most game, or most playthroughs, I guess, is a good way to say that. So we're going to just be reversing and flipping it all on its head today. Or heads for Executor. All right, we can knock out all these bugs. He has 4 bug Pokemon, which is great for uses of Stomp. This guy, I'm going to skip the next last here after this trainer because she has a single Pokemon and it has Sing, so if we didn't knock it out, it could draw out the battle. We're going to skip her. There will not be any encounters in Mount Moon either, just trainers. I'm curious if this guy has supersonic. Oh, not supersonic. Sonic boom. That's what I'm talking about. That's actually a decent way to take some damage early on. He does not, so we're just going to knock him straight out. For some of the trainers that have moves that do decent damage, we're probably going to just delay the battle as much as possible. Frankly, if we can go around his guy, woohoo! If we can draw out some of the battles that we're taking damage, it's good, even though it's adding time to the clock. Obviously, the exchange of the damage taken is totally worth it. We're going to come around town here. There will be a trainer right here we have to battle. And then Exeggutor is going to be struggling here pretty darn soon. We're almost a Cerulean on just Exeggutor's, based damage and learn set here. And it's not even out of PP yet, which is not great. I think we will be just able to run out in time when we get to Cerulean. Now, obviously, I could just be switching back and forth to waste my turns since I'm on set mode here. And I think that that's a tactic you could do, but in this early part of the game, I just don't think that the opponents are going to do enough damage to be able to knock you out in any decent time. I mean, we have like 192 HP on Exeggutor on the card over there you can see. We will take forever to be knocked out by some of these opponents here. I'm going to go straight to red instead of Misty at first. I just want to get this Exeggutor knocked out. We'll be able to use 2 stomps and then struggle on his team. I don't think it's going to be enough to get us really that close to getting knocked out, but the Pokemon are getting higher leveled as we go, meaning that the more levels they have, the more HP they're going to have, and the more damage we're going to take. So that's what we want. That's why we were hurrying over here and trying to run out of PP as quickly as possible. Now we are out on Exeggutor, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all these trainers on Nugget Bridge and just start struggling. This should knock out Exeggutor by the end of the bridge. That is the plan. Misty is going to be really good for some of this team, but I want to reserve only the ones that are weak against her to fight her, because then she can knock them out more quickly. Anything that's super effective, especially her water moves against Rhydon, are going to be really good for this challenge. All right, so we have half of the trainers beaten so far, and we are kind of getting low on Exeggutor, which is great. We do have a Alakazam, which is going to do incredible damage. Pretty much nothing can survive hits from it, and it does have a couple of really problematic moves for us, like Recover and Reflect. We don't really want those moves. We're going to have to just spam them out as quickly as we can. All right, so there we go. Exeggutor is down. That's the first one down. So we're going to pivot out to Alakazam. Alakazam is up next. He's our next candidate to getting knocked out here. In this battle, I can start really using up his PP. All right, so we're going to start going for Recover. We just want to get rid of Recover. We don't want to be using it today. So I'm going to just spam these out as quickly as possible. I mean, Mankey is doing some damage to us, and I would prefer to keep it. But obviously, the longer we hold on to Recover, the worse it's going to be. We just want to get rid of that. And then I might even spam out Reflect here against this guy as well. But Psybeam and Psychic are going to be one hits on basically everything we come across through this whole first part of the game. So there's really no way around it. Alakazam is just going to be knocking out enemy teams like crazy. But this challenge was suggested by Edwin from Telestial Gaming. So if you want to see more challenges like this, there's a link to the Discord in the description. Hop in the Discord and let me know if you want to see any specific challenges or even types of runs like certain Nuzlockes, Ironmons, whatever you guys want to see. I am open to any Pokemon challenges. This Mankey actually is going to be able to knock out Alakazam, which I really would like. Not quite enough though. Not quite enough. So if we can get something that can survive one hit, I think Misty might be able to. That would really, really be good because we can actually knock this out before we have to go through knocking out everything. If we can just take a little damage. We are really dang close, but nothing's going to outspeed or survive its hits, unfortunately. That's not great for us. But we can go over here and we can knock out a couple of the required trainers. And then we're going to dodge as many as we can here. I don't think that any of these are going to speed us up that much, except for maybe using PP. But I think that we just kind of want to switch this in. In fact, let's do that now. We can actually take 3 hit points of damage if we just switch out to Pidgeot. And then take a hit, and then go back to Alakazam. That should take out Alakazam anyway. Oops, except I knock out her Pokemon. I did not mean to do that. Let's go again. This guy's going to have more. And let's just do that same exact thing again. Switch and switch. It's not taking very much damage from doing this. I just need a little bit more. I thought that the single hit would do enough, but 1 HP left. It's a tackle. Okay, Alakazam is down. All right. Next up, we have a couple of Pokemon that are weak to water moves especially. So we're going to save those for Misty, but Pidgeot is actually a decent all-around Pokemon. So I'm just going to start using its PP up as much as I can. All right, we are out of there, and we can head over here. She's also required in order to get down to Vermilion City. I think that will be as far as basically we can make it in this run. Absorb doesn't do enough. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and, for your Fury attack, if I can speak, we're going to Fury attack these guys just to get them out of here. Rhydon is going to be our lead against Misty. So we're going to save him for that. Let's go talk to Bill real quick, unlock the next area. He wants us to go help him with his computer here. And then we can head back to Misty before we go to Vermilion. So we're going to lead with Rhydon when we get to Misty, and then Arcanine is going to be the follow-up. Arcanine's moveset is also kind of trash, unfortunately. I mean, Rhydon is the crown champion of bad learn sets, you know, in Gen 1. It is really, really bad. So what we're going to do, I'm actually going to switch out to Pidgeot to lead for now, because I do need to get through this trainer right here. And she may be able to do some damage with Supersonic and making us confused, but not today. We just can knock her out. And then we can start Misty. Once again, switch back for Misty, and then we go again. So Rhydon is our lead now because it has Leer and Tail Whip. Wonderful Gen 1 design right there. I gotta love it. In fact, I might even knock out Staryu here so that we can get to Starmie and then just spam out Leer, which means that we're going to take as much damage as possible because she's basically the best trainer we're going to find for a while. And Bubble Beam, and it crits. Look at that. So now we only have 3 left. We have Arcanine in the field now. Let's go ahead and go for Roar. It doesn't do anything in battle, especially she only has 1 Pokemon anyway. But in Gen 1, Roar does not actually do anything in battle. It's only for wild encounters, meaning we can just spam it and she can hit Bubble Beam, not Water Gun. There we go. Keep hitting the Bubble Beam, and then she can knock us out before we even use up all of our Roars. Let's go Misty. All right, cool. Now we have 2 Pokemon left that don't take a ton of damage from her. So what I'm going to do now is just knock her Starmie right out. From there, we have Vermilion that we can go to. Because I'm not changing the learn sets or what Champion Blue is using for a team, I can't actually use Cut, meaning I cannot fight Surge. This is a bit of a problem. I don't love that it's limiting us to which gym battles we can do, because Surge would be really good for taking out Pidgeot and Blastoise here. But I think we're going to have to come up with another solution in order to knock them out as quickly as possible. So we're going to go ahead and head right down to Vermilion. We are running as quickly as possible. And we are down here. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to dodge this guy. There's 2 trainers we have to fight here. And then we can just wing attack all these Pidgeys. We won't take much damage from any of these normal types either. We just don't really have any good options. And any of these routes before Vermilion for these last 2 Pokemon. I'm going to quickly switch this just for appearance on the Pokemon card. And just a quick note on the Pokemon cards, I have updated them quite a bit for this run and for future runs to come. So make sure if you want to see more of these Gen 1 Pokemon challenges and runs and hacks, all sorts of things, make sure to subscribe and like the video so more people can see it. All right, so now we are up for the final couple of trainers that I want to fight today. We have Pidgeot and Blastoise. What we're going to do, we're going to fight this guy. This guy over here in the corner outside of Vermilion has a Magnemite and a Magneton. So here we're going to knock out Magnemite. It only has Tackle. We don't want that. Not very useful for us. Magnemite again. Wing attack. Get out of here. We don't want your Tackle. What we do have is a Magneton with Sonic Boom and Thunder Shock. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start spamming Whirlwind, and we're going to just wait for Magneton to start doing some damage with Sonic Boom and Thunder Shock. So, actually, Sonic Boom is doing more damage than Thunder Shock, which is a little surprising. But it works. Whatever does as much damage as possible. And we're paralyzed, which means our PP will go even further now. Huh? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let Pidgeot faint. Come on, Sonic Boom. Okay, all right, so we're down to the last Pokemon, Blastoise. I chose this Blastoise team because they seem to have the worst moveset overall. But we are just getting smacked by this Sonic Boom. If we can get enough luck here, I have 35 more uses of withdraw. If I can draw this out enough, or withdraw this out enough, I think we can just finish it in this battle here. Let's see how it goes. Come on, just keep hitting Sonic Boom. That's what we want to see. Thundershock isn't as good, but it's not too bad. The paralysis is making it actually work here. I think we've got it. Come on, Blastoise, take some damage. Let's go, Thundershock. Let's go, come on. 17 minutes. This is pretty good. All right, Sonic Boom. One more hit. Not a tackle, come on. Thundershock. Oh, 1 HP, come on. Thundershock. Okay, that's it. 17, 11, and 59 milliseconds. Blue blacks out. There we go. So it took 17 minutes and 11 seconds for Blue with his champion team to lose in Pokemon Blue. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more, make sure to get subscribed and like the video. And if you want to see a rival Blue version where you play as Blue as the main character instead of Red, and Red is your rival, let me know. I can start working on a ROM hack for that for the future. That's it for now, but until next time, have a wonderful day.